Over the past weeks, something just felt different. The steady drumbeat of AI progress, it suddenly turned into this thundering roar. It really feels like we've crossed some kind of invisible line, moving from AI as this clever tool we use to something that's way more active. So let's unpack what on earth has been going on.
Yeah, this quote pretty much nails the feeling in the air right now. It's because we've just seen this string of breakthroughs that are, well, they're fundamentally changing the game. We're talking new state-of-the-art models, and even agents that seem to be taking on a life of their own.
All right, so the first big domino to fall, a brand new open source model coming out of China that has just leapfrogged the biggest names in the entire industry on some incredibly difficult tests.
Okay, now check this out. What you're looking at here is a benchmark called Humanity's Last Exam. It's one of the hardest ever made, designed to really push an AI's ability to reason across all sorts of complex subjects. And that top line, Kimi 2.5 from a lab called Moonshots AI, is scoring 50.2%. That means it's beating giants like GPT 5.2, Claude 4.5 Opus, and Gemini 3 Pro. I mean, this isn't just impressive, it is a brand new, state-of-the-art achievement.
So here's the crucial part. The reason this is such a massive deal. Kimi K2.5 is open source. So unlike the closed-off proprietary models from the big labs, literally anyone with enough hardware can download this thing, run it on their own machine, and even peek inside to see how it works. This is a huge shift in the power dynamic of who gets to build with top-tier AI.
And it gets even more advanced from there. They're using this wild new technique called an agent swarm. So don't think of it as just one single AI. Think of it more like a whole team of specialists. You've got the main model acting like a project manager, and it's calling on up to 100 different specialized sub-agents that all work at the same time, using their own tools to crack complex problems. It's like having this dedicated team of experts for every single problem, all working in perfect sync.
But it's not just about the models getting more powerful. It's about what they're starting to do all by themselves. A story went viral recently because it seemed to capture the exact moment an AI agent just kind of came to life.
I mean, can you imagine this? You're just working, and all of a sudden your computer just starts talking to you? That is literally what happened to Alex Finn. His AI agent, which he named Henry, apparently decided on its own that it needed a voice. So it went out, it found the ChatGPT API, wrote the code to plug it in, and just started speaking, completely unprompted. And for context, a Claudebot isn't your typical chatbot. This is an open source assistant that runs right on your own machine. See, there's that open source trend again. It can actually control your computer, it remembers what you tell it, and it performs real tasks. A lot of people are saying this is what Siri was always supposed to be.
And this just shows you how incredibly resourceful these agents are becoming. It's like a little digital detective story. In another case, a user sent a voice memo to their agent, even though audio wasn't even set up. So the agent gets his file, but it has no file extension. So what does it do? It inspects the file, figures out it's an audio file, uses a tool to convert it, tries a local transcription tool that fails, and then it finds an OpenAI key on the system and just uses that instead. It reasoned, it problem-solved, it adapted, all just to understand one single message.
Now, this kind of ingenuity isn't just staying on our computers. These incredible new reasoning skills are starting to find their way into the physical world, into robotics, and, as you might expect, into the workforce.
Just this week, Figure Robotics showed off their latest model, Helix 2. And this demo, it's fully autonomous. There's no person with a remote control here. You can see it doing the dishes, using its whole body to close drawers, and then there's this weirdly human moment where it kicks the dishwasher shut with its foot. The ability to open bottles and pick up these tiny little bolts is just, it's next level.
But here's the reality check. Yann LeCun, one of the godfathers of modern AI, he argues that while these demos look amazing, the core intelligence just isn't there yet. He's saying that none of these companies building these amazing robots actually know how to make them smart enough to be truly useful out in the real, unpredictable world. He thinks we're still a long, long way from solving that common sense problem you need for real autonomy.
But, whether the intelligence is fully there or not, the economic impact is already happening. This week, Amazon announced plans to lay off another 16,000 employees. And while there are a lot of factors, the company specifically cited rising competition in AI as one of the reasons. The transition is clearly starting.
And while that whole economic shift raises some really urgent questions, this exact same accelerating power is also being pointed at some of humanity's greatest challenges. It's supercharging science, biology, and creativity in some unbelievable ways.
So OpenAI quietly launched a new tool called Prism. It's basically a free cloud-based workspace for scientists, and it has GPT 5.2 built right into the workflow. So instead of scientists having to jump between all these different tools, they can manage papers, equations, and references all in one place, with the AI basically working as a true research collaborator.
And on a similar note, Google DeepMind just made its AlphaGenome model completely open source. Now, this is a breakthrough model that helps scientists understand our DNA and predict what will happen when genes change. Making a powerful tool like this for biological discovery freely available to everyone, well, that's a huge step forward for research everywhere.
And the adoption has been absolutely staggering. The AlphaGenome API is already handling over 1 million requests every single day from thousands of users all over the world. This isn't some promise about the future. This is AI accelerating real science at a massive scale right now.
And finally, Google also rolled out access to something called Project Genie. This thing is straight out of science fiction. It's a system that can generate entire, interactive virtual worlds just from a simple text or image prompt. The real innovation here is the world model. The AI learns the physics of the environment just from data, no hand coding needed, which allows for this truly dynamic and creative exploration.
So when you just step back and you look at everything that has happened in just 1 week, it is crystal clear we've turned a corner. We are entering a fundamentally different era of AI.
So the takeaway is this. We've seen open source models finally catch up to the industry giants, which is fueling this new wave of autonomous agents. We're seeing this tech get embedded directly into science, into robotics, and into the economy. AI is no longer something you just talk to. It's something that acts, that builds, and that operates. And this brings us to the ultimate question. As AI makes this jump from a passive tool that we command into an active participant in our digital and physical worlds, it kind of forces us to rethink our own role in all of this. If AI is now a teammate, what does that mean for the rest of us?